Hey FA Nation, Justin Fensterman here, and with a monster 10-game Friday night NBA slate on tap, let's talk about some of the value on the board on FanDuel and DraftKings. It's tonight's DFS NBA value video here on FantasyAlarm.com. At point guard, gonna go with Kris Dunn. The Jazz have a few players out tonight, including Lauri Markkanen. The pace favors Utah in this game, and Dunn should once again be looking at double-digit shots as he has in his last two matchups. He's also ripped down 6 boards in 2 of his last 4 and stole the ball in his last 2 games. Dunn is looking at a usage percentage nearing 30 with the active Jazz players tonight and averages 1.56 fantasy points per minute. He should play close to 30 minutes this evening. Dunn has also dropped 5.2 dimes per outing and exceeded his average in 3 of his last 4 contests. Jordan Clarkson and Colin Sexton still being out has literally given Dunn employment, and he's been a multi-category producer since arriving in Utah. At shooting guard, Joe Ingles. With Chris Middleton and Jay Crowder out, there are more open mid-court minutes, and when debating between using Ingles or his teammate Pat Connaughton for this video, Ingles has been a bit more consistent, posting no fewer than 21 DraftKings points in 9 straight matchups. He's scored 12 points or more in 6 of those games. He's pulled down 5+ boards in 2 of his last 3, and he's been running the offense as well a bit and has a higher usage rate than Connaughton. Ingles has dished 5 assists or more in 3 of his last 5 games. He's a reliable shooter that has actually hit over 56% of his field goals and over 54% of his threes over his last 4 games. He's also stolen the ball in 8 of his last 9 outings. We should see him play 25 to 30 minutes tonight with Middleton out, and Utah ranks in the bottom 10 in covering shooting guards, and Ingles will toggle between shooting guard and small forward. At small forward, Gordon Hayward. Multiple Impact Hornets players got hurt last night, and it would be surprising seeing Kelly Oubre or Terry Rozier take the floor this evening. Even Dennis Smith Jr. got sick during last night's game. Hayward has taken 12 or more shots in both of his last 2 games, and he should be in the 15-shot range against Dallas tonight. He shot over 48% from the field over his last 4 contests. Dallas's defense against wings hasn't been the same since Dorian Finney-Smith got traded. If everyone who is currently banged up ends up sitting for Charlotte tonight, Hayward sees an 8% usage bump. 8%! Hayward will need to help run the offense and play make a bit, and he's dropped at least 5 dimes in 4 of his last 5 games and stole the ball in all but 1 game during that span. He's even grabbed 4.3 rebounds per contest this year. At power forward, Deni Avdija. Bradley Beal and Kyle Kuzma are out again, and Avdija sees a 2.5% usage bump with those guys off the floor, and the Spurs will be without Jeremy Sohan on the other side. Avdija has grabbed no fewer than 8 boards over his last 3 games, and he should once again hit the 30-minute mark. He's also scored 13 points or more in 3 of his last 5 outings, and the Spurs are a bottom 5 team at defending small forwards. Avdija has also dished 6 dimes and produced at least 1 steal in 2 of his last 3 games. It's a major pace-up spot for the Wizards tonight, and being that Avdija has been hot, shooting over 77% in both of his last 2 games, he'll be fed a ton once again tonight. Finally at center, Bobby Portis. I had a tough time deciding whether or not to go back to Nick Richards of the Hornets, assuming that Mark Williams isn't playing, or going the direction of Portis, who averages 1.14 fantasy points per minute with the active Bucks players tonight. Portis is coming off of double-double and has pulled down no fewer than 9 boards in 3 straight and scored 14 points or more in all 3 of those contests. He should be able to take advantage of Lauri Markkanen being out on the other side, and the pace of this game should move rather swiftly. And if Milwaukee puts Utah away early, which is entirely possible with the spread of this game currently at 9, we will see more of Portis. Portis is a volume producer who doesn't need a ton of minutes to give us a good return on his value. If you want to save a little bit more, go with Richards even though he played last night. Both guys are in good spots. And that is your DFS NBA value video, FA Nation. Back to a monster 10-game slate. Plenty of value on the board. Good luck. Keep going to FantasyAlarm.com and let's win the weekend.